Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday's edition of Crossover Athlete Insights Podcast. We are your co-hosts, Joshua Shapiro and Joey Murray. Yes, I called you a co-host that time, Joey. If you guys stuck along for Tuesday's edition to the end, you would know I didn't call him the co-host, and he had to correct me there. But he's been great. So he finally earned his dues, and you're a co-host now officially.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So some things that we're going to go over throughout this podcast. We're going to go over Thursday night's game, what we saw, some key moments, some highlights, and some players to look for for next week's waiver wires, and maybe some trade guys as well. We're also going to go over some injury results that we're looking after for Saturday or for Sunday, and who you're going to want to play, downgrade, upgrades as a result. We'll get into that. Some start sits from listeners that we had from Tuesday's podcast, as well as a top 10 per position you're not going to want to miss. We may have a hot take. I don't know Joey's list on that, and he doesn't know mine. So you could get a little good argument going on in there. I think we're going to.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get yelled at some point.
Without a doubt, but that's guaranteed through the podcast.
And just when we're talking in general.
Yeah. When we play video games, I do like to yell at Joey. It's because he doesn't do his job. Yeah, no comment. So next we're getting into the DFS picks. A little new one. We didn't do this last week. We're going to touch in some value plays in DFS, some people that we like. We dominate DFS every week in our little friend group. So we're definitely the guys you want to listen to there. Tommy Parsons, we're just taking his poor kid's college money every single week.
Yep. Shout out to Cooper for the college fund that we're now getting.
Thanks for the money. Unfortunately, you're going to have a lot of student loans. Yeah, so that's what we're going to get into. So we're going to start off with Thursday night's game. Steelers Titans. What a QB matchup. Will Levis versus Kenny Pickett. What do you got?
I mean, I liked what I saw from Will Levis.
I did
First
too.
career start, he looked comfortable out there.
He really did.
He looked tough. That's what he looked like. He was taking some shots.
He sat in the pocket.
Yeah. He was sitting in the pocket so long that even Kirk Herbstreit, when they were running that little 2-minute drill, was talking about how he's got to let go of the ball. He's hanging in there too long. You don't hear that very often.
No, you don't. But he's got this innate ability to throw flat-footed, that not inaccurately flat-footed, and it's still just a rocket.
Yeah, he's got a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like what I saw. We mentioned him in the last podcast about potentially a streamer pickup or even a waiver wire pickup. I say go get him.
Yeah, and I think
if you need that.
Yeah, and I think it showed last night that D-Hop is his guy.
Yes.
So hopefully you hung on to him. I know he's been super hot and cold throughout the whole year, but
D-Hop is definitely his guy.
D-Hop's his guy, and you're going to be able to play him the rest of the year.
Yeah, for my analytic guys out there, D-Hop by far leading the team in air yards. Those are pretty valuable. Deep throws are more valuable in the fantasy world. And D-Hop with 140 air yards, more than double the next guy. Treylon Burks had 61. Hopefully he turns out to be okay. Yeah. You hate to see that. But you D-Hop fantasy managers start to rejoice. Will Levis is here to save D-Hop's fantasy season.
Yeah, I think better fantasy totals are ahead for Will Levis. I agree. I don't think he had a touchdown pass yesterday, did he? Henry got the one.
Henry got the one. Yeah, he ended with
a bunch
10
of field goals.
Yeah, he ended only with 10 points on the day, a little over 10 points. But super promising stuff.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's a tough Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah, great Pittsburgh.
Cam Hayward came back.
Yeah.
TJ Watt.
Yeah, TJ Watt is a menace as always. Holcomb had a great game for the backside.
You know what I am sick of seeing?
What's that?
Is the roughing the passer calls when they land on them. Dude, they're running as fast as they can. Yeah. You can't just be like, oh, let me just run to the side of them.
What else are you supposed to do?
No, just take the rule out. It's
no, I know.
It's just a ridiculous rule at this point.
How are you at full speed supposed to change, roll over and not land on a guy?
Yeah, and can you imagine the excitement you get when you just see a quarterback who isn't seeing you, and you got a full shot at him?
Yeah,
it's got to be tough to contain that excitement.
You want to hit that guy?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, and you're not thinking oh, let me hit him and then roll off to the side.
You're not taught that.
No,
maybe you are now because you don't have a choice.
You shouldn't be.
No,
just
just
be able to tackle him like you tackle anybody else.
Super high penalty game yesterday. Steelers had 10 for 80. Felt like every other play.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the first drive for Tennessee, Pittsburgh matched their average penalties per game on that one
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, that was tough to watch.
It was to
I'm a
watch.
Steelers fan. I really thought that this was going to be a Kenny Pickett breakout year, and it's definitely not. I know Matt Canada is definitely not great, but watching those throws last night and really all year, he's not it. Yeah,
He
he's not the
he
answer.
definitely looks better with Deontay Johnson out there.
It helps.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that I we just saw those overthrows where
Yeah,
and Kirk was bringing up the
super
fact that
easy ones.
yeah, I mean, Kirk was bringing up the fact that maybe his ribs hurt. I mean, as we can attest to trying to throw injured, it's tough to pull the ball down
Yeah, it's hard.
when something's hurting. You gotta kinda push through some pain.
Yeah, I mean the game's hard enough as it is. Then you
Yeah,
add that in, it's tougher.
yeah.
But the
But
accuracy,
still, that's his job, though. At
yeah,
the end of the day, you gotta make those passes if
and
you're
they,
gonna stay in the NFL.
yeah, but they weren't like. I'll take this one for example. 3rd and 7, something like that, and George Pickens on a short little drag route, 3-yard pass,
Yeah.
and you overthrow that. I don't care that your ribs hurt there. It's a flick.
Yeah, you gotta deliver the ball.
Yeah, and people. I mean, I'm not a Matt Canada fan, and people will hate on Matt Canada because like, oh, another third down play, they can't convert, and they'll blame Matt Canada. But that's a terrible throw. That's on Kenny
Yeah.
Pickett.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson though finally gets a touchdown. Been since like the middle of Big Ben's last season, like 2021 or 2022, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and, I only saw one bad drop from him yesterday,
Yeah, you can
so
tell they were trying to feed him in the red zone right there.
I know, but, I mean, he's been known for drops in the past,
Oh, terrible hands.
and he only had one clank yesterday,
Yeah,
which was nice.
but that was the play right before he scored.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's almost like he gets nervous down there. They're like, we just got to draw him something up
I
for
think
him.
that wasn't that on the PI call with,
That was on a
where
different player.
Allen Robinson got pulled down.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
dropped that
Yeah, yeah,
pass.
I was just making
Right,
sure that was the right
that
play,
was the
though.
right play. Yeah. So then they went right back to him on a little zig route to the outside, wide open, easy catch. If he didn't catch that, he should not be in the
It
NFL.
clinched, the DraftKings, dub for Tommy
It
last night
did.
too.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
captained Deontay.
yeah.
For you daily fantasy guys, captain mode, our buddy Tommy, who we take money from usually, he captained Deontay, and that was a plus for
We
him.
consistently take money from him on the Sunday slate, which is where our big money is, and he consistently wins on the Sunday and Monday showdown games.
Yeah, he's a good showdown guy. I had a hot stretch on the showdowns.
You did. I have not. I've
Yeah,
never been good at it, but I always win the Sunday slate, which is what matters.
Sunday slate's the bigger money for sure. The bigger buy-in. Anything else? Oh, we got to talk about this guy though, George Pickens. What? So Deontay's back in the lineup. Clearly a target hog. They want to get him the football. Super talented receiver. Where's George?
I don't know. Probably complaining on the sideline somewhere.
He's definitely complaining somewhere.
Yeah. You want to talk about a bad play out of him? That missed touchdown catch that he had. That he just forgot that he was in the NFL and not in
Yeah, this ain't
college.
college anymore,
He
buddy.
had plenty of time to drag his foot.
It was a good throw.
It was a great throw.
Yeah, that one's got to be had.
Yeah, like I just don't know what his thought process was.
I
Like
don't know.
he had plenty of room to get that foot down. He just took a regular stride and still almost made it.
Yeah, like I think I get 2 feet there.
You're not catching that ball.
What do you mean? You see this length, this wingspan? Some refer to me as Julian Edelman in the slot.
Nobody's ever referred to you as that.
That's usually what I get. It's my comp.
What? Because you're short and white.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
So what am I? Adam Thielen?
not even close.
Some tall and white?
No, no, he's got good hands.
I have great hands.
Oh, really? I don't even know how to come back to that one. So George Pickens, clearly not the number one guy in Pittsburgh anymore. Deontay is that man, and it's good to see him getting looks in the red zone. Pickens, he's still going to have his games, I think. Just that offense is too tough to feed too many mouths.
Yeah, and CBS came out with a stat that said 87% of leagues had Pickens starting last night with 2 catches, negative
Well,
1
you couldn't bench him.
yards. Huh?
Couldn't bench him.
No. I mean, I would have started him.
Yeah.
Like, you can't predict that he's going to have negative yards.
No, you can't. So, as a result of the game, Will Levis, I think, if you need a quarterback, I'd say get him next week.
Yeah, I mean, I put him right up there with Sam Howell in
Yeah.
terms of like ceiling. He might get you 6 points. He might get you 30.
Yeah. Howell's been good.
Howell's been really good.
Yeah. So we touched on that last week too. But what do you do with Pickens? How do you grade Deontay? And does Will Levis boost Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, I think just the fact that they can move the ball.
Yeah.
You get Derrick Henry in the red zone, and like that's where all of his points come from. Obviously, he's not a big pass catcher back. He's going to max out at 4 targets, and just
If
hopefully,
that.
if that. So you're relying on yards, but if they're not moving the ball, he's not getting any yards anyway. If you're not opening up that passing game, and you can stretch the field with D Hop. You
Yeah.
spread out those defenders a little bit more.
Yeah.
Give Derrick a little bit more room to get downhill.
I mean, D Hop's older now, but he's still great.
Yeah, I mean, he's still huge with size 7X hands, and
his hands are just.
so you just he's one of
You
those
talk
guys.
about great hands, Joey.
Talk about great hands. Me and D Hop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, what about Pickens? What are you gonna do with him?
I think he's still got to start him.
Yeah.
I think his ceiling is just too. I mean, unless you
I don't
have
think it's too high.
a better weapon, he to me he's just got a big ceiling, man. Like,
That offense is terrible.
yeah, but
It's a terrible offense. One guy's gonna be good in a game, and that's it.
I just don't think
And it
he's.
happened to be Deontay this week.
I just don't think he's gonna be worse than a wide receiver 3 ranking at this point.
So a flex in most leagues.
Okay, yeah, if you don't have a wide receiver 3,
Yeah, I'm in a couple that.
a couple amateur leagues that have 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs.
Well, 12-team leagues, Joey. I'm not in that 10-team always.
You guys got to learn how to tell people no.
Well, 12-team shows the skill a little bit better.
It doesn't. It shows luck.
My team's good in that league. Most points scored.
Like I said, luck.
So, moving on. Oh, actually, one more thing from that game. If Deontay keeps these targets, can you push him into wide receiver 1 territory?
No, I think this year in particular, there's just too many huge dudes. Like, I feel like the ones for every team right now are just getting so many more targets compared to everybody else. Like
Is
like
Devontae Adams still a 1?
he's a one, but the fact that this quarterback play is just so bad.
Terrible.
It's just, but like,
We'll get into that
obviously
later,
you
though.
got to keep it. Like you can't.
No, you can't
Like you
bench
got to
him.
live and die by him.
No, you're playing him. I just wonder if you think it was a 1. So Deontay for me is definitely high end too.
I'm keeping him at a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see him stretching the field very much, and his lack of touchdown production. Obviously, I know it's.
I think that's going to change. I think we're going to get some regression here. I'm not. It's just a personal take.
Yeah, no, I think it could. I mean, he's got the targets.
Yeah,
and he's not clanking balls like he was.
That's going to happen. He's going to drop.
Yeah, well, everybody is, unless you're Larry Fitzgerald, but like,
or D Hop,
yeah,
or Devontae. But okay, so that's where we're at. Not a great. I mean, it was an okay game to watch. So
yeah, I mean, it was close.
Yeah, so that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah, good enough. Injuries, Joey. Let's take a look at that. Anybody off the top of your head here?
Yeah, just in, Curtis Samuel ruled out with a toe injury.
Out for sure.
Out for sure.
John Dotson?
No, I got Logan Thomas.
Yes, good one.
I got
Joey.
Logan Thomas.
Well, we finally agree.
Logan Thomas. If you watch the games, he is an integral part of that offense.
The last couple weeks.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just got those freak injuries half the time. Like he got a bad concussion, missed a week or 2. Just
what
timing.
Did he do last week? He had like 17 last week.
I think he had like 6 targets, 6, 7 targets.
I know he scored a touchdown because I played against him.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis Samuel is one of their red zone guys. McLaurin's stretching the field. Dotson can't catch.
Yeah.
So
let me see here.
And even the one where Logan Thomas got concussed, he caught the ball in the end zone and he held on to it.
He's a freak athlete.
Yeah. Well, you can tell he's a basketball player.
Yeah. I mean, he's a freak.
Yeah.
I think those are the best athletes on the planet. They're just so big.
What, the freak athletes?
No, basketball players.
I don't know, man. If you watch them throw a baseball, it's raw.
They're like 6'9", jumping 40 inches. It's insane.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not discounting. I stand with the defensive back in the NFL is they're the best athletes on the planet.
Just because their reaction is just so
like, can you imagine hold on. You're lined up and you see Jamar Chase. It's one-on-one coverage, and you're expected. You don't know where he's going.
Nobody's stopping him.
You don't know where he's going. You don't know what play is going. And if you're more than 2 steps off him, you get dumped on. Everybody's like, "Oh, this dude sucks." Be like,
"You try and do it."
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they're in charge of guarding the other fastest, most athletic dudes on the planet.
This is I mean, corner. It's just a guessing game. I feel like.
I mean,
but anyways, This is what I really want to touch on really quick because you put me on the Jamar Chase and it took my head there. How about if these guys play in the Olympics and they're just going up against some like random school teacher from Russia and you're like, this guy just doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, we got the substitute teacher,
From Slovakia coming in, the math teacher.
guarding Tyreek Hill.
Oh, that's gonna be so funny. If they actually play, that would be the most entertaining thing alive.
I think they will. I think NFL is the sport where like they still like having fun.
Yeah,
Like NBA, like you watch the All-Star game, they don't care.
no.
M-
I mean, it's
MLB,
150
like
to 150 in the NBA All-Star game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like if when you watch the skills challenge and like all the two-hand touch stuff um from the Peyton and Eli game, they were trying.
Yeah.
So
I think it'll be
I don't put it
hilarious.
past them going out, and
The NFL encouraged them to. I really want to
I
see it.
love that.
Yeah, I really want to see it. So Logan Thomas, though, last week, 6 catches, 44 yards, 1 tutty on 8 targets. All right. Top 10 tight end right there, just like that.
Yeah, I mean I think a big part of it's which Sam Howell you're gonna get.
I mean, yeah. But he's gonna be fine. They're gonna throw
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean Brian Robinson
I'm
and
flying him in my top 10 this week.
oh yeah, he has to be.
Yeah.
He should be in your top 5.
Okay. Well, we have debates later on, don't we? So
Swear to God, if you put Hawkinson in your top 5,
you don't?
no. What's the name of the quarterback in Minnesota?
It's Jaron Hall. I don't think Dobbs plays this week.
Okay, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like
It
you,
doesn't.
you're putting Hawkinson over Logan Thomas at this point.
So we're gonna move on. We're gonna get into that. Let's not jump the gun. Uh, Matthew Stafford, another big quarterback name here. Out, I think. I'm pretty sure. Well, not out. Questionable, but doubtful. Leaning
I
doubtful.
mean, he's tough, but he's got a UCL sprain in his thumb, so
Yeah.
tough to hold onto a ball
Brett
without your
Ripien.
thumb.
Is that even how you say it?
I don't know, but he's been around a lot. I trust him enough to at
I don't
least get
trust
the
him at
ball to.
all.
I trust him enough to get the ball to Cooper Cup.
Feed Daryl Henderson. Who do they have this week? I think they have Green Bay. So let me look. Yeah, at Green Bay. But plus side for Ripien, Rasul Douglas is gone, and he's been one of the best corners in football. So Puka knew with a knee injury, gonna play. Limited in practice Wednesday, so he's gonna play. And should be a good day for Cooper. I
Yeah, I
hope.
also think it opens up things for Higbee. I think if you got
Rely
a
on the tight end.
backup quarterback coming in, like you're just gonna try to blanket Cup and Puka as much as you can.
You always try that.
Yeah, but I think it'd be a little bit easier given the quarterback situation.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely lean on Higbee. He's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, like he still stretches the field for a tight end.
Yeah.
Like he's not that little like
No,
little.
he's good.
Yeah,
You remember his stretch in like 2020 or 2019, like the last 4 games of the year when he was just dropping like 25 spots left and right?
yeah, when he's just scoring a touchdown every single
It
game.
was unbelievable. Yeah. And everybody drafted him as one of like the top 5 tight ends the next year, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, he just got paid a couple weeks ago.
He's solid. Did he? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Extension.
Wow, I didn't know that. So Josh Dobbs in Minnesota, Kirk Cousins Achilles gone for the year. Looks like Jaron Hall this week, but you touched on it. What do you?
I'm not super opposed of going to get Hawkinson once Josh Dobbs is the starter. If you look at what
Do we,
happened last week with
I was gonna say, do
McBride,
we need to talk about McBride again? I'd love to.
no, but I think we need to talk about Hawkinson,
Yeah,
not McBride. I'm off McBride.
I'm not off him. Butler's coming back. Not this week.
I know, but Hollywood Brown's his guy.
Yes, but Ertz still did
And
okay with him.
James Conner's also coming back next week. He's coming off on the minimum 4 games.
I don't think that. I think that he's going to play too many snaps and run too many routes for him to be gone. As long as Ertz is on the IR,
Yeah, I mean, I think he's.
McBride is a top 10 guy.
I think. I think he's an option.
Is that above us?
Yeah, that was above us.
Hey, take it easy.
Yeah, no, he's just. I think he's a top 10 guy, but he's not somebody I'm super excited. It's like probably the same as playing Cole Kmet or like just one of those guys where, or like a Kyle Pitts, where it's just like he's just a kind of a plug and play and like don't expect too much out of it.
I like him, bro.
I mean, like, I don't dislike him.
He's good. Good
Yeah.
player.
Well, yeah, he's first round tight end.
Yeah. So use him.
We'll see if they use him.
I hope they do. So Waller's already ruled out
Yep.
in New York, and
Ro- Uh, I think you can go ahead and drop him at this point. Um, it's
is it?
definitely going to be a multi-week absence.
Uh,
Given his age, given his chronic hamstring injuries, given his chronic groin injuries, I said his age, given the team he's on, I don't think he comes back and plays this year. Hamstrings, as you know, soft tissue injuries are really tough to come back from, and especially if your team sucks, then what's the extra motivation pushing you to
just
get
throw
back?
him on your IR slot.
I mean, yeah, there's so many injured people. Everybody's IR'd on my team right now.
Why your team sucks?
Well, I'm still 5-2.
Oh, how many points for
Doesn't matter. I'm 5-2.
playing good defense, huh?
I'm playing great defense on my
Eh,
fantasy team.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Defense wins championships, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 5-3 in one league with the most points scored.
Yeah, see,
I should.
bad defense.
I've let the most points up too.
Bad defense.
That's just the worst when that happens.
Couldn't be.
Daniel Bellinger filling in for Darren Waller, though.
Don't bother.
I wouldn't.
No. When it comes to a tight end, I kind of look for how good that offense is moving the ball and just red zone opportunities.
Yeah.
If you're looking, if
I mean,
like
they're
for
not going
instance,
to move
like
the
George
ball.
Kittle's on a bye this week, if you're looking for somebody, I'd look for somebody on a good offense, on a good matchup, and just hope you can look out for a touchdown, a couple catches with a touchdown.
Yeah. Speaking of hamstrings, Aaron Jones playing this doesn't look the same.
Like I said, hamstring injuries are very tough to come back from. Super easy to tweak and re-injure, and you start that whole process all over again. That's why originally I didn't think Justin Jefferson was going to come back this year.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, dude, they if they win this week, they're over 50% chance to make the playoffs. So I mean, there's life.
Yeah, there's definitely life. I'm not ruling Justin Jefferson out. I think when this happened, they were what like 1-3.
Yeah, they stunk early
So
in the
that's
year.
why like I projected that he just wasn't going to come back this year, and just
I was with you on that.
yeah,
Why would they bring him back,
yeah. But I mean, I will say they were one of the best 1-3 teams I'd ever seen. For 1-3,
dude?
for 1-3,
But
they were a great 1-3 team.
I will say the defense big improvement from last year to this year. The turnovers at the beginning of the year were just that's why you lost.
Their defense this week in DFS is one of my top plays.
They've been good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
It's a
playing.
good defense. That's the one thing that turned around from last year to this year. Last year, like 11 wins, but like minus like 50 or 60 point differential. It was something insane
Yeah,
like that. Like they should not have been in that scenario.
yeah.
So this year is almost the opposite. I don't know their point differential this year off the top of my head. The defense significantly better. Yet nothing too crazy. Obviously, Deshaun's still dealing with the shoulder. We don't know what he's going to do. Actually,
Probably get some massages.
he's probably had a few,
Yeah,
but a lot of NDAs involved.
hopefully not.
Yeah. So I like Amari Cooper better with PJ Walker. He gets
Oh
targeted
yeah,
with PJ Walker.
yeah.
PJ's not afraid to sling it, and Deshaun just doesn't look like himself. We talked about it a little bit last week. I don't want to go too far into it, but I like Amari better with PJ.
Yeah, I mean, I had to face Amari in fantasy last week, and I think he got 8 catches, and but like
Yeah,
they were all just similar routes, just little like almost like mini go routes,
yeah. I mean,
and
he's so quick off the
he's
line.
such a freak around the sideline, just
Yeah.
keeping his feet in.
So 6 for 89 and 11 targets, 14.9 in PPR.
Yeah,
11 targets. Give me PJ all day.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Okay, let's move on from injuries. There's really not. There's a few big ones that we kind of talked about there, but nothing really that's going to change the game. Besides the Kirk Cousins and stuff like that. So right now, everybody looking pretty solid. Still monitor your questionable guys throughout the week. You know, monitor your Aaron Joneses. Monitor Tyler Lockett with the hamstring too. Just be on top of that. But for now, there's not much to talk about there for us.
I don't hate an AJ Dillon play this week.
I just don't think he's good.
No, I don't think he's good, but I think since they're playing the Rams, I can't imagine that offense is going to put up a bunch of points. So I'm thinking about more of opportunities,
But
and
they don't put up points either.
I know, but I think I don't know what his average points are this year. I'm going to guess like 8 a game.
I wouldn't even put it at that.
I'd put him at 10 to 11.
Let's see. AJ Dillon projected 8 points on ESPN. 5, 7, 3, 1, 13, 11, 10.
Trending
Maybe
up,
10.
trending up.
Yeah, but that's with a few of those were with Aaron Jones out.
I don't.
Last week he had 6 carries for 11 yards, but he had 5 catches, so it saved the day.
Yeah, I think just
I don't like him.
I'm not saying he's one of my favorites, but I think
He's
I
not a good player, and Jordan Love sucks.
yeah, but
He's not the answer.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not willing to live and die by that pick. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I
that's
off the top
fair.
of my head, I don't hate the idea of playing him as a cheaper option.
Right.
What? Whoa.
If my editing skills were good, I'd take that out. But I'm not great, as you watched in the last video, but I'm getting better. Yeah. So, like I said, not really a ton on in the injury side of things actually this week.
No, I don't think a lot's really changed.
Yeah, just monitor your guys, and we're gonna.
Oh, real quick, Josh Downs and Josh Palmer both got added to the injury report.
I thought Downs was questionable.
Yeah, with a knee. It doesn't
That's our guy.
from this. Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen a ton on him. It doesn't seem super concerning. I'm definitely more concerned about Josh Palmer at this point.
Wait, hold on, I missed one. A big one here. I'm assuming he plays because he's a tough guy. Josh Allen with the shoulder injury did not practice
Mhm.
Wednesday. Mm,
He got that last week.
yeah,
So,
he did,
yeah.
and it was a Thursday night game at least, so he's got extra time to recover here. But no practice middle of the week. Can you see if he practiced?
Today?
Yeah, because that would be a big one to monitor. That's a big game. Cincinnati versus Buffalo. Who's the backup there?
Barkley? Is it Barkley?
No, Kyle Allen. Yeah, he okay. No, he looks fine now.
No, Josh Allen practiced
Okay, he
fully today.
practiced fully. Forget I even. Oh my goodness. Forget I even said anything about Josh Allen. He is good to go. And that Buffalo offense is scary. How about Leonard Fournette? Did you see those pictures?
No, is he looking jacked?
You didn't see him?
No. Is he looking good?
Yeah, look at.
Is he roided up?
He looks. I mean, he's always a big dude. His hams. Look at the hamstring ones, bro. His hamstrings are insane. And he has a. He went to LSU. He has a tattoo of Nick Saban on his left quad. What's up with that? Dude, you got to check it out. It's actually crazy. He's in Buffalo. Dude, pick up Leonard Fournette? Question mark?
Yeah, his hamstring looks like a really big bicep.
It's insane.
I see the Nick Saban
What's up with why?
cuz he's the goat.
I mean, no, he is though. He is. It's just tough to admit it as a Buckeyes fan.
Who okay, all right. Then who
Urban Meyer.
let's just move on cuz that's ridiculous.
I,
The greatest coach of all time is Urban Meyer.
I love him.
He, is he a good coach or is he a good recruiter?
He's got some natties.
Yeah,
It's got to be both.
he's definitely got. Okay, so he doesn't have the most natties. So what else is he better at?
I just love him.
All right, glad we're not taking into personal biases here on this show.
He's awesome.
I don't know if
Dude, he's a great coach. You cannot convince me. Okay, not an NFL guy, but neither was Saban. Saban sucked in Miami.
yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but Saban, you can't say Urban's better than Saban.
No, but he's
Well,
great. I took
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah, well,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, he's a great coach, but he's not the goat.
Yeah, but oh, Joey, dude, listen. I said Saban was the goat, and then I said I'm big on Urban, and now you're trying to tell me I called Urban the goat. I'm not going to sit here and take that
We're gonna, you know what we can
to
do?
the tape. To the tape.
Roll it back. Oh,
And we are back. I was right. We gonna throw the challenge flag like what is it?
yeah,
Those
yeah, yeah.
Geico
Yep,
commercials or whatever.
yep.
We'll roll the tape on that one. And I didn't say it. Okay. So start sits. Always an interesting, fun one. Let's get it right on into it. So we're gonna start with the running back spot. We're gonna talk about a guy we just kind of talked about here. What are you gonna do with Aaron Jones if you have Aaron Jones versus like a Madison, like in that type of scenario?
Like, would I rather
Who would you play?
Madison?
Yeah.
No, I like Madison more. Just volume wise, offense is better. I know obviously they have a backup quarterback, but we know what Jordan Love is, and
Yeah.
I just don't trust bad hamstrings. Like they could go just like that. It's getting colder. Like it's
Yep.
definitely not going to help,
No.
especially with soft tissue injuries.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, yeah, so I think you got to go Madison.
Even in the bad offense situation.
Yeah, they're boose bad offenses.
That's a fair
So
point.
they're both bad offenses. They both have bad production. One's healthy and one's not. I think
Minnesota versus the Falcons. Does that have anything to do with it? They're good defense, actually.
they do have a good defense.
Yeah. So tough one. I would go Madison too.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week too. The snap count, he dominated it actually.
Yeah.
41 to
He
17, I
just
want to
didn't
say
get
off the top of my head.
yeah, he just didn't get the goal line carries.
Yeah, that hurts though.
Yeah.
So Madison's the guy there. Joe, anything off the top of your head? Anybody you're thinking about?
Um
What do you got here? So another running back situation. You ready?
yeah.
I want to go Cuba Hubbard and Brian Robinson Jr. What do you think there? That's a tough one actually, because kind of two lower tier. I want to put him in the lower end of RB2, maybe RB3 at the worst. Like definitely RB3 at the worst, but I feel like that's a kind of a similar comp there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing you have to worry about is that Miles Sanders is coming off an injury. So we're still not quite sure if that super low snap count was due to that or just depth chart moves.
Hmm.
Um, I'm still leaning. That's tough. Uh,
I like
maybe
Chuba.
I don't know. I think I might like Brian Robinson a little bit more.
I
Just
think that's safer,
I think it's definitely safer, and just the fact that, and I keep harping on this. The offense is just better. They can move the ball better.
but they've looked okay. They haven't looked good. Chuba has looked really good.
Yeah, he's
Chuba has looked 100 times better than Brian Robinson has.
yeah. Brian Robinson hasn't looked great the past couple
I don't
weeks.
think he's like Najee again. Those guys don't. They're not good.
What the Bama backs?
Yeah,
Yeah. Besides Derrick Henry,
right. Kamara. Well, I guess he
Kamara
left.
was Alabama.
He started there,
That's right. Where'd he end up?
Tennessee.
Mm.
I think it was JUCO in between, but freak. Yeah, that guy didn't play at Bama. Well, because that was like during the stretch of like Trent Richardson, not Trent Richardson. Maybe it was the Derrick Henry stretch, but it was like around that area, like Mark Ingram to
Mark
Trent
Ingram.
Richardson to Derrick Henry, like something crazy like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No wonder they were so good.
they're still like that. They still get all the top running backs.
Travion Henderson, number 1 running back in his class.
Damian Harris, um, uh, Damian Pierce. No, he was in Florida, right?
Will Shipley to Clemson, number 1 running back in his class. Okay, off track. This is in college football.
True.
But you dynasty guys, keep note. So you're going Brian Robinson?
Yeah, I think so. I trust Sam Howell more than that Panthers offense. In just terms of potential goal line play, like
I'm going Chuba.
I think both guys. I think you're just gonna try to luck in for a touchdown.
Dude, maybe. Isn't that the running back spot in general, though?
Yeah, but more so in that like running back 3 type category.
Nah, they're twos. They're twos.
Sorry, yeah, they're definitely twos. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Sorry, definitely
okay,
twos.
so Chuba for me, Brian Robinson Jr. for Joey. Let's get to the wide receiver position. So that's not right. Interesting ones here. We're gonna keep it on the lower end because like some of the other ones just feel too obvious. A guy that hasn't done much, but I love the talent, and I get stuck in the talent sometimes too much. So Christian Watson and Michael Thomas, you guys, there's a lot of bye weeks this week, heavy bye week,
Mhm.
and we're gonna get into these like lower end guys this week that have to get touched on. So Michael Thomas and Christian Watson. Christian Watson versus the Rams. Michael Thomas versus that porous Chicago Bears defense.
I got Michael Thomas for sure.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah,
Okay.
and you're gonna hate me for this.
No, maybe.
I think we're big thing is quarterback play here. Derek
Yeah.
Carr's been slinging it. He's actually my QB3 for DraftKings this week.
Oh, for DraftKings.
For DraftKings this week,
Wait, you made a top 10 DraftKings ranking?
that's what you texted me about, and then we were on opposite pages. So mine's DraftKings.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'll do regular.
it's still pretty it's still gonna be similar.
I don't know. I have him in my. I think I have him in the top 10. I think I snuck him in. But number 3, I definitely don't have him
Yeah,
that high.
he's my 3.
So for DraftKings, though, we're doing the classic showdown or the classic game. So it doesn't have Sunday night's game or Monday night's game involved. So
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
be Joey's
Yeah,
list.
my bad.
Mine has. So I'll be the redraft or the regular the full season fantasy list, and then we'll touch on Joey. He's okay at DFS, not as good as me, but he's good
Hey,
enough.
well, we can just go to the
Pull it up.
All right. You're gonna hate this.
What about? Can we exclude the 2 zeros that I have? That I
No.
no.
Did
So
you no, 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 hey, whose fault is it? So don't even try.
that shouldn't count.
Hey, guess what it does?
So sometimes I forget to. I always reserve
Oh,
my spot
oh. J Shap 14 averaging 128 points.
with a zero. With a zero.
128 points.
That's actually a good DraftKings score, by the way.
Would you stop talking for 3 seconds?
I just want the people to know.
Well, I just want the people to know that your average is 128 and mine is 137.5.
I have a zero.
Let's see here. See if I can.
All right. So we'll get to DFS. We'll touch on DFS later. We need to get to the start sit. No, you're locked in, huh?
Pretty locked in. Oh wait. All right, yeah. Okay, we could just go. We could just go on.
Okay, let's get back to
No,
it.
because
Huh, Joey?
the app was just not being user friendly.
Are you just bad at technology?
I've already admitted that I am.
Nice.
Like I
Okay.
said, you're the producer. I'm the face and the talent of this production.
The face and the talent. So speaking of that, we didn't. Nobody voted on the poll, bro.
Boys, come on,
Let us know.
let us know.
But we already know the
Like,
answer.
my self confidence is on the line.
Mine's not. I already know. So Mike Thomas or Christian
Like
Watson?
Mike Thomas for sure. Just
I agree, though.
I, he
It's the Bears.
one. Mike Thomas is healthy. Two,
I love
his
Mike Thomas
quarterback
too.
is head and shoulder right now. Ever since his shoulder injury kind of cleared up, once I think the game after Kamara had like 18 targets,
Yeah.
he's looked good. He's been averaging like 20 to 22 fantasy points a week the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Carr?
Yeah, he's been averaging about 300 yards a game.
What?
That's right. He's my quarterback 3.
Projected 14.5.
Who
I know the ESPN. I know. I'm just saying. What did you say he was averaging?
I'm not saying averaging over the past 3 to 4 games. It's been about around 20.
He has not touched 21 times.
On DFS, he has.
On DFS, he has twice because of the 3-point bonus at 300 yards. So Derek Carr for fantasy, regular fantasy, 353 and a tutty and a pick, 16 points. The week after 17, the week after 18. So he's okay. I mean,
Hey, hold on. What are you talking about? The past 3 games, he's over 20 points.
in DFS.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I said not in DFS, bro. Listen, open your ears.
I can't.
I know. But actually, dude, 33% roster on ESPN leagues. Why are we not talking about him to pick up?
I don't know because we're talking about Will Levis.
Dude, we didn't even mention this. Will Levis, apparently, rumor is back with his girlfriend.
I don't know. That's not really up my alley.
I'd rather him be single. I want to see man on a mission Will Levis just sling the rock everywhere.
You just want them all for yourself.
I do.
Oh.
Leo in his
He had a
coffee.
good bicep day yesterday, for sure.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he got excited. Good for him.
Yeah. Proud of him.
Yeah. So let's get into some more start sits. Let's touch over at the tight end position here. We're going to go Michael Mayer and Daniel Bellinger. Some guys who may have to be streaming deep in the tight end position. Daniel Bellinger, filling in for Darren Waller for the Giants. Looks like Danny Dimes is back.
That
And
sucks.
yeah, and Aiden O'Connell starting quarterback for the Raiders with Jimmy G on the bench.
I like the Raiders this week.
So you like Michael Mayer's a talented
Did you see
guy.
what Devontae said?
No.
He said he's already ready to run through a brick wall for
O'Connell?
yeah. No,
Or
no,
they
no, no, no,
fired
no, no. The new
they
interim head
fired
coach.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
So-
a player too. Everybody's trying to go the Dan Campbell route now.
yeah.
Get an ex player that just relates to the guys.
But yeah, that's what a baseball manager is.
Sometimes.
That's what the good ones do.
Yeah.
Just get the
So
boys fired up, working together.
yeah.
I mean, unless you're an extreme X's and O's guy like
McDaniels.
Belichick,
Yeah.
but like you gotta know what your strengths and weaknesses
Yeah.
are.
But nobody did that before until the Lions took it. Dan Campbell in really.
No,
I mean, it wasn't as
I
prominent.
mean D'Amico Ryan's. I guess that was after.
Yeah. It's the new way to go.
I mean, it almost makes too much sense.
Well, nobody did it. Shout out the Lions getting that
Yeah,
thing
shout out
done. They're
Lions.
great.
They're wagging.
Yeah. They're good. He just turned Panay Sewell getting that pick, like it didn't look great at the end because I think they passed up on like a Jamar. Was it Jamar that went?
I don't know.
I really want to say Jamar went 4 and Sewell went 3. But anyways, cornerstone guy, gonna be at the left tackle position.
He got moved to right tackle.
Is he?
Yeah,
Why'd they do that?
I don't know, but yeah,
Lights out though, only 5 pressures all year. Unbelievable.
yeah.
He's a beast. Even has a catch on the year. So Daniel Bellinger, Michael Mayer. You're going Michael Mayer. That's a tough one for me.
I don't think I
They're
ever,
playing each
I
other.
don't think I officially ever said that,
Oh, I
but
thought you
that's,
said you like the Raiders, so you went
but
with
yeah,
Mayer.
no, that's where I was going. I think you just put words in my mouth.
Yeah, I had to help
Assuming,
you get there.
assuming that Mayer was gonna be my guy, which he is.
Yeah, I
Um,
know you.
a little bit.
Yeah. So
And you're gonna go Bellinger just to disagree with me, even though the only viable option in New York at this point is Garrett Wilson and Saquon Barkley.
they're not even on the same team.
I guess in Brees Hall. Yeah. Thanks, Josh. That's why I said in New York.
Such a weird play by you.
I guess I didn't include Buffalo. I'm talking New York City. When I say New York City, I mean New Jersey.
The Meadowlands boys.
Yes. Yes.
So why'd you even go there? Okay. I don't know who to take. It's a tough one. Let me just do this. So I'm looking at the DFS style too. I'm looking at both.
Okay.
I think in regular.
I was going off regular.
No, I know. I think in regular you go Mayer. This is an interesting one because Daniel Bellinger is going to be super chalky. So for you guys playing in tournaments like GPPs, I wouldn't lean Bellinger because I think he gets played a lot. So you're going to want to go different there. But for you guys doing like cash games and stuff, Bellinger at 2,500, super cheap tight end option. He's going to play the entire game.
Yeah, it's good value.
Great value.
Danny Dimes, man.
I know, but it's such a weak position.
Yeah, and they're playing a really weak team.
Yeah. So
I mean, yeah,
I like it.
I think
I like
mean,
it in DFS.
I'll probably make a $3 lineup and just throw him in there just see what happens.
$3.
But he's not gonna be my main. Yeah, I'm poor.
Yeah, we're unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to start somewhere here. So yeah, Mayer for fantasy, regular rest of season fantasy or full season, Bellinger for DFS. So let's go back to let's get a little dude. What about McBride too? I like him.
Nah, not with a new quarterback in there. You gotta.
You want to see what happens?
Yeah, I want to see what happens first.
All right, let's get on some other stuff here. Hmm. Joey, give me a name, and I'll give you a comp.
Max Scherzer.
I'm trying to avoid
You
baseball.
said you said yeah. You just said a name.
I'm trying to avoid baseball like the plague, Joey.
Okay. It's new. Joey to the rescue.
Well, if you did your research before, we wouldn't be in this scenario.
We both know I'm better at not doing research.
On the fly.
On the fly, always. That's why I'm often wrong. I guess we just move on.
One more.
What are we talking about?
Start sits.
Oh.
Roshan Johnson.
No.
Why?
He had like 6 carries the other day.
Yeah, but I think he takes over the backfield.
Yeah, but we've been saying that all year, and I know the concussion set him back, but like that, they're
It's
just bad.
Roshan time in
Yeah, but
Chicago.
they're
No
bad.
Fields this week.
No?
I don't
I
think.
thought he was questionable.
I I think he's leaning doubtful.
I like Roshan better if Fields is out.
Yeah, I mean the running quarterback's always hard.
God, I think this is like the first time he's been hurt.
Who?
Fields.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like rushing quarterback, like Badgen doesn't run as much.
True.
So, like Roshan.
Oh! I thought you meant running. Yeah, he's a running quarterback, so he's always hurt. Not it hurts the running back
No, it
value.
hurts the running back value.
Okay, yeah, we're on the same page. I was like, dude, he's
Yeah, no, this is the
he
first
gets
time.
hit more than anybody. This is the first time he's missed games.
Yeah, for sure. And
Probably his
so,
best quality at this point.
huh?
Probably his best quality at this
It's
point.
definitely not throwing
Available.
the rock. Yeah.
No,
So, dude, what do you do with Zach Moss at this point?
keep playing him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean probably.
you know how good they are at running the ball right now. It's absurd.
What about? Yeah,
Like I got him and JT as equal value.
I mean they're splitting touches, or
Yeah,
splitting touches and splitting snaps.
yeah. Well, I mean, Zach Moss has earned it.
He really has.
I can't believe
What
they
if I
signed.
told you he's RB? Is he RB 4 or 5 on the year? Like, if you thought coming into the season, who's going to be a top 5 running back? Not somebody find us a clip that someone's saying Zach Moss is top 5 RB in fantasy, please, because I'm not. I can't find a thing.
You know what? You know what's wild is I'm sure somebody got JT and then got Moss as a handcuff,
And now you can play them
and now
both.
they're playing both of them on the same team.
I
And
have that.
are you starting both of them?
I have not played Zach Moss since JT came back. No, I played him once. I played him the first week. Come on, I didn't have a choice. I didn't want to though, which is sad. RB 4, Zach Moss averaging 17.9 a game. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
He's a good runner. But JT's great too. You saw it last week, and then but Zach Moss is getting the goal line touches.
yeah. I mean, I think eventually it'll change. Like they
Yeah,
just paid him so much money. They're gonna make him be the lead back.
he has to. But he can't. He's going to get his touches. He's been too good. Okay, so on to the next segment here. Next segment is where we're going to get into a little bit of an argument here, back and forth. Well, actually, we're not because you did the wrong thing.
I'll still disagree with you.
So we're going to get into our top tens. Do you want to just feed off of mine for this, and then you can touch on it in the DFS section here coming up next?
Sure.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go off my top tens. Joey's going to hate on him, and I'm going to argue back with him. So here's where we go. I'm going to start with the quarterbacks, obviously. That's where we always go. And to no surprise, Mahomes at 1 versus Miami.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, Josh Allen at Cincinnati.
Yep.
Okay. Number 3, Lamar versus Seattle.
I think we're looking at Lamar's 2 huge games and ignoring the rest.
He's hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's bad, but he's getting 16, 17 points a game besides the one where he got 35.
I just think like he's starting to run a little bit more. That they're moving in the
He only had
offense.
like 17 rushing yards last game.
Yeah, but his yards per carry in the quarterback position is like by far farther
Yeah.
higher than anybody
Yeah,
else.
but his throwing is Justin Fields like.
Yeah, it might be worse.
Yeah, like it's not good.
So let me just pull this up really quick. I'm going to pull Lamar's games up. Averaging 20 a game, QB3 haven't had the bye week yet, so that's why he's QB3. So there's that. 5 carries last week, 9 carries the week before, 13 the week before, but like 13 for 62, 9 for 36, and a tutty. Like the touchdown rushing side is just too valuable, and Seattle's better stopping the pass than they are stopping the run. So that's why I have him there. It's just such a high floor because of it.
Yeah, I think on my list I had him like quarterback 6 just based on value. He's the
Yeah,
most
different
expensive.
value
Yeah, he's the most expensive quarterback
on the slate.
on the slate
Yeah,
because
because
Mahomes is not there and Allen's not there.
yeah, right. So that makes
Um,
sense.
so but it just I'd rather.
So yeah, the next one we go to, you're gonna hate this one. I know you're not gonna hate it, but I don't think you're gonna agree. So I jumped in a couple spots here. Number 4, this is after watching last week, and I think things have clicking again. Number 4, Justin Herbert at New York, though.
Yeah,
So tough, super tough matchup. New York or the Jets are the hardest against QBs in.
yeah, they're the humblers.
Yeah, but they looked so good last week.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
they just have so many weapons. Like, Eckler finally looked like he's
That's
back
a
to
big
emotion.
reason why.
That first game back, it looked like he wasn't
He wasn't there yet. He had to
he
get
didn't
hit a couple
yeah, he
times.
he looked like he'd lost a step. I mean, you see him last game.
I mean, we're talking QB1 through the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
So I think some people are going to disagree with that one at him at the 4 spot, but just because of the matchup, I don't think so. He's just so talented. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take him being able to sling the rock on any defense in football.
Well, like, their offense is just so unique in the fact that they have a one wide receiver and a one running back. That
Yeah.
that also acts as a one wide receiver too.
He's a better receiver than he is a runner at this point. Or
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You
so
don't draft him based on his running upside.
no, he had 10 catches last week
Yeah.
or 6 catches, 7
Yeah,
catches.
they just run him a little slip screen out of the backfield.
I think he had 6 for 100 and then caught one for like -8, so he ended up under 100. He had like 7 for like 92 or something like that. So you'll see Eckler in my top 10 later, pretty high up as well. Number 5 versus a tough Dallas defense, Jalen Hurts
Yeah, I think you gotta chalk up at least one rushing touchdown.
every week,
Yeah, so,
every week.
like, his floor is like 14 points in my
Yeah.
head.
So I really like him. I almost feel like I could flip flop him and Lamar 3 and 5 there
I
because
would, and I if it were my list, I would.
yeah, somewhere along the lines of that. But Dallas is a tougher defense, so that's why I went there. They're pretty good, but I think
Lamar
if
will make them look good.
well, Lamar's playing Seattle.
Well, he's gonna make them look good.
They got good defense. Well, they're better against the pass, like I said.
Well, Lamar's not good at the whole pass thing.
Right, so make him run. That's why I have him there. So number 6 looked great. Finally, like himself. Joe Burrow at the 6 spot versus Buffalo at home.
It's just a tough matchup. I
It's
like
a
if
mid. Well, it's a mid-tier matchup, but an increase at the cornerback or a new change at the cornerback position
yeah, and
for Buffalo.
I mean, you also have to think about the other side of the ball and the fact that Buffalo does sustain long drives, like, they are a good offense, so their time of possession isn't gonna be as high as it could be.
But they're pretty big plays. Like they don't just
Yeah.
sit there and run the football.
Yeah, but,
They move quick.
yeah, but it's not like they're playing like Chicago where they just
The
have the ball the entire
the
time.
only thing that scares me is Rasul Douglas going on the other side of the football for Buffalo for the first time this year after that trade with Green Bay, and he's been arguably the best corner in football.
Oh,
So
I
that,
didn't know that.
yeah, so that scares me a little bit. But if Joe Burrow and Jamar and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd,
Tyler Boyd.
I know your boy, if they're firing on all cylinders, not a soul is stopping that
No,
offense.
I like Cincinnati in this game. I mean, I think we think Buffalo's gonna win just because of who they were in the past, but that's not who they are this year.
Yeah,
They show flashes in the pan of it,
yeah,
but there's other times where they just look like a mid to bottom tier team.
yeah. That's how they always do it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're just winning less.
Uh, just they rely on Josh Allen so much. Finally, James Cook has done a little more for them in the run game this year than the past years for them. But it's still the Josh Allen show in Buffalo, as it should be. But you got to find a way to take the pressure off him with Ted. Number 7, we're gonna roll through these a little bit quicker
Yeah,
here,
I was
I
about to
think.
say we're gonna be here a while.
Yeah, so let's just roll through these. And so number 7, Tua versus or at Kansas City, kind of a tougher matchup, but you have to play them. Yeah. Number 8, Sam Howell, your boy
That's my
at
boy.
New England, terrible defense. I mean, they just uh, they're not good.
Yeah, my and obviously we think about this way different, but Sam Howell, kind of an inexperienced quarterback, and going
So,
against Belichick. I
I
think
know.
Belichick might draw something up. Might give him some fits.
But
That's
all their corners are hurt. They have nobody.
yeah,
So I'm going off that. He's been good. Next one, CJ Stroud versus Tampa Bay at the 9 spot. We have a lot of buys this week.
yeah.
So CJ Stroud in the 9, one of the most talented throwers of the football in the league. And Tampa Bay's tough. Tampa Bay's tough.
They have a good defense.
Yeah. I had a tough time putting him there, but I just think I don't, Tank Dell getting healthy. Um, I think it puts him up over the top in the top 10. So that's my take. Derek Carr at number 10 for Chicago.
I got him a lot higher. I got him definitely over Stroud,
Anybody playing Chicago as the quarterback at the quarterback position is practically a
especially how
top
he's
10
been
play.
playing.
He's been okay. He's not scoring touchdowns.
He's scored 20 plus points in the past 3 weeks.
You're talking DFS. I'm talking rest of the season.
Okay, well then it's still 19 points or above.
It was
That's fine. Let's just move forward.
15, 17, 18. So running backs, top 10. This guy's a no doubter, I think, at the one spot.
Kamara.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
It
unbelievable.
has. He's wide receiver 1.
Yes. Nothing else to be
The
said. Alvin Kamara, lock him in as the RB1 with that
there's one
McCaffrey.
issue for him right now. You know what
What is that?
do you know what it is?
I don't know.
Taysom's taking goal line carries.
It doesn't matter. He showed 2 touchdowns last week, and he's getting 10 catches twice
No,
already.
no, 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 no. Yeah, Taysom also got 2 rushing touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
So
Just imagine that.
all I'm
That's a
saying,
40 bomb, though.
Kamara's obviously my one,
Has to be.
but that is one thing that isn't going Kamara's way is that those goal line touches.
Yeah, but he's still
Yeah,
accurate.
no, yeah, he's still the one.
Number 2, Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Just PPR
you
machine.
just
These are
can't-
PPR rankings.
Yeah, because we play in real leagues.
Yeah, I mean, anybody playing standard, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's my family league. It's so painful.
Yeah, like no
Travis
scoring.
Kelce getting 124 receiving yards and getting 12 points.
It's miserable. Number 3,
Kickers are way more valuable.
what do you got on this one? Number 3, Brees Hall.
I like it. I'm big on Brees Hall.
Finally dominating the backfield snaps. Michael Carter still gets a few plays here and there, but Brees Hall versus a terrible, terrible run defense for LA for the Chargers. Feed the man,
Yeah.
please.
The only issue is I feel like when there's matchups like this, it doesn't go the way we think it's going to go.
I
It happens
know.
all the time.
But I have to rank him there. I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you have to put
I don't have a choice. He's too talented, and that defense is too bad. Number 4, pure volume machine, Saquon Barkley at Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think just with like we were talking about earlier with the negative passing yards the previous week, 36 rushes, like I think
Yeah,
they're going to have to feed him.
for sure. Number 5, JT at Carolina. I want your take here.
Carolina's got a good defense.
Not against running backs. Bottom 3rd against running backs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it.
And they're going to run the ball 40 times between the two,
Yeah.
between Zach Moss and JT. He's
Yeah.
going to break one.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't hate it.
Okay.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah. I didn't think you'd enjoy it too much, but he's so talented. Number 6, Josh Jacobs versus the Giants. Volume machine. Terrible defense.
Yeah, just like it's just tough watching him run right now.
We'll see. Hopefully, Aiden O'Connell can spice up that offense a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully he gets a couple
Get him
checkdowns.
moving. He fed Devontae last game. Devontae had 20 with O'Connell at QB, by the way. So for you Devontae owners, maybe there's life at the end of the tunnel here, or light at the end of the tunnel. That was not the right saying. Number 7, I'm gonna keep going back to him. Bijan,
Yeah.
first Minnesota. I feel like they're just gonna command that game because of the offensive side of Minnesota is so lacking.
But he's just so good too.
He's so talented. Number 8, same guy, super talented. Kenneth Walker at Baltimore, super tough defense. But he is just
But he's Kenneth Walker. He's like a in my head, like he's in that Barkley.
he's a touchdown machine.
Yeah, he's just so good at running the
Great
football.
runner. Yeah, one of the best. Doesn't catch patches.
Don't overthink it.
Otherwise, he'd be in the top half of the rankings. Number 9, one of my favorite runners, DeAndre Swift. I love him.
Runners, you mean pass catcher?
I just love him in general. I think he's just a machine.
Well, he's so good. Last year, I took him. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd round.
You're gonna like number 10.
He's just built with glass. So the fact that he's staying on the field, you see that upside that he has, and that
he's
he's
a beast.
always had.
He's such a talented guy.
He's so good, but he's just finally staying on the field, and you just never saw that in Detroit.
I would love a Kelly Green Zero Swift jersey. So if we can get some donations to help feed that, that'd be so sick. I would rock it every podcast. So number 10, you're actually going to really like this. We touched on this guy Tuesdays. So don't miss a podcast, otherwise you're going to be behind.
Yeah, don't miss a single second.
No, for sure. Don't do that. Rashad White at Houston, rounding out the top 10 for my running backs. Obviously a great matchup. Houston's defense against runners has not been great. One of the, I'd say, top 3 or 4 matchups for runners. Catching a lot of passes now.
Yeah, he was one of my guys going into the season. So during my fantasy draft, I started with I think 4 straight wide receivers, and they all got hurt.
That's tough.
Yeah, and I went James Conner and then Rashad White, and I picked him because I figured he has a massive upside, and then the first 5 weeks of the season just wasn't there.
He dominates the backfield, though.
He dominates the backfield, but that O-line just can't get any space, and when you watch the games, there's just nothing there
Yeah.
at all, and I
It's
have
tough.
noticed too, they never run outside of the tackles. They never run
I
the
don't know who the OC in Tampa is, though.
I don't know either, but anyway, past 2 weeks, he's looked good. This past week looked very good, and he looked like the focal point of that offense. I think we were talking about he had 9 targets.
Yeah, he did. 7
When you
catches.
see when he gets his space, he is
Yeah, he's
ridiculous.
good. I wouldn't say ridiculous.
I would say ridiculous. When if you can get him space,
I think he's a good runner. He rounds out my top 10 at the running back spots. One of Joey's guys.
he's one of my guys.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to wide receivers here. I'd like to roll through a little bit quicker
Yeah,
here.
definitely.
Number 1, Tyreek Hill at Kansas City. Just can't go any other way. Number 2, A.J. Brown versus Dallas. Matchup proof at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He's unbelievable. Number 3, CeeDee Lamb at Philly. Again,
Yeah.
turning into a matchup proof guy.
Yeah, Dax.
Finally taking the next step that everybody was hoping he did last year.
Well, I mean, I think it's a lot of it's on Dak.
Yeah.
Like Dak's finally off of his guy Michael
One of the guys
Gallup.
I didn't put in the top 10 this week
Michael
because
Gallup.
no, well, your boy Michael Gallup. No, Dak Prescott because I think he's a fraud.
I don't think he's a fraud.
Not in my top 10.
I think he's stuck in a weird, almost like purgatory area where he's better than the average mid-tier quarterback, like a Derek Carr, but he's not as good as that top 5, and he's not near the top
He's
5.
not matchup proof.
No, he's definitely not matchup proof.
And Philly is a tough D.
Not this year. We think of them as this great defense because that's what they've always been.
They're
Sam Howell put up 32 points against them.
I know, but Jalen Carter left that game. You could tell. I mean, losing Chauncey Gardner Johnson or something like that.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's on Detroit now. The guy, he's a slot corner, but he hits hard and he sets the tone on the defensive side. Wonder if you miss a guy like that. Darius Slay's still great. The defense overall, the D line's awesome. So
Yeah.
I just think he gets outmatched there. I don't trust him. How about that? So number 4, another guy that's just pure matchup proof. They just got Rasul Douglas, Jamar Chase versus the Bills. Douglas, I don't know if they shadow. They used to shadow with Tre'Davious White a lot, but I don't think it matters.
No, I don't think it
Jamar
matters.
Chase is him. Cooper Kupp at the 5 spot. Kind of a surprising one here, but they're playing Green Bay. They have Jair Alexander. They don't have Douglas anymore. So Puka or Kupp, one of them's going to eat. And Kupp's more talented, and
I doubt they shadow because
I-
like then they're just setting.
Green Bay is known for shadowing though. So I don't know though. I don't know actually this year on what they've been doing with that with the two of them on opposite sides. So Kupp in my 5 spot. Puka with a knee injury. Give me Kupp. Stephon Diggs at the 6 at Cincinnati, another guy that just loaded with targets, great offense.
Pretty matchup proof.
Yeah, absolutely matchup proof.
Yep.
Has some down games, like a couple down weeks in a row for his standards. Number 7, Adam Thielen. Unbelievable matchup versus the Colts and a target machine from Bryce Young.
Yeah, obviously his favorite target at
Yeah.
this point.
He's been so good. He's a top 10 wideout on the year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Who would have saw that coming?
Not me.
Yeah, me either. Keenan Allen at 8 versus the Jets.
It's a
Super.
tough matchup.
That's why.
And he's not matchup proof.
Is he?
No, I mean look at past 6 games. Past 2.
Yeah.
He hasn't really done that much.
Not as great. The beginning of the year was insane.
Yeah.
Number 9, Jalen Waddle. That offense is so explosive.
Yeah.
You could probably argue that one.
Yeah, Kansas City, that's just tough. Because
I just feel like it's going to be a shootout.
yeah, but the thing is with how Kansas City runs their offense, like they're not like a shootout team. They march down the field now. They don't.
They don't have a choice anymore.
Yeah,
They'd be
they got
a
Van
shootout team if
Jefferson.
they could. Did they get Van Jefferson?
Or
Mecole
no, sorry,
Hardman?
Valdez Scantling.
Oh yeah, yeah. And number 10, he's in the top 10. He has to be there because he is so talented. Devontae Adams versus the Giants. Like I said, 20 points last time O'Connell played. Let's hope there's life.
Yeah, just a respect thing to put him in the top 10 at this point. Like,
Yep.
you have
One
to.
of my favorite guys to watch. Tight ends, super simple at the top. If you do anybody else besides Travis Kelce at the 1, you're a moron. Number 2, TJ Hawkinson at Atlanta.
If you have TJ Hawkinson number 2, you're a moron.
We'll see.
That's actually insane.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
we'll
Why is
see.
it insane?
We've already gone over this.
He's a talented guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's not.
I want to use one of your points against you now. Brett Ripien starting for the Rams, you said, I like Tyler Higbee because maybe they'll rely on the tight end. How about Jaron
Yeah,
Hall
yeah,
relying on the tight end?
yeah, because they have Cooper Kupp and Puka stretching out the field.
Yeah, and they have KJ Osborne and Jordan Addison, who are very good weapons. Not to the same level. Don't look at me like that. I just said it. But I'm going to use your point against you. I think that they also rely on the
I
tight
think
end.
I think it's
And
two
just
different.
imagine when Josh Dobbs gets in that offense. I think it's even crazier. So, number
Crazy.
3, what?
You're acting like Josh Dobbs is a
For
stud.
Hawkinson, it will be.
We'll see.
It's going to be better than Jaron Hall. Number 3, Mark Andrews versus Seattle. I don't trust Lamar, but I
But
trust Mark
yeah,
Andrews. Number 4, new guy to the list. One of our guys from our first podcast that never aired, Dalton Kincaid. He's a machine. He's going to be good
I'm
with no
surprised you have
odds.
him down there.
I mean, I feel like the top 3 is just the top 3.
Yeah, no with Hawkinson anymore.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't hate on that man. He's awesome.
No, yes, yeah, he's awesome.
Number 5, another guy we talked about last podcast, Trey McBride. With Clayton Tune at quarterback.
Dumbest list.
No, it's not. There's so many buys. Like Kittle's not on the list because they're on a buy. Um, who else? There's another big one. Laporta's not on the list. He'd be in there. So this is where we're at. Trey McBride. Those statistics. My God, spit it out.
So you got him over Goddard,
Yeah, Goddard's next. Poor matchup.
Logan Thomas, Ferguson.
The linebacker, yeah, absolutely over Ferguson and Thomas. Absolutely.
Yep.
The routes run to target share is just incredible. The target rate's off the charts. And he's running more routes than all those guys.
Huh?
Give me Trey McBride all day, every day. Dallas Goedert, very hit or miss on the season. Could be great, could be bad. Tough matchup versus Dallas. I have him in the 6th spot. Number 7, if he can play this week, he kind of had a questionable. I think he plays, though, because he's a tough dude. Taysom Hill, I mean, just too valuable at the tight end spot to not have him on the list. He just does everything. Number 8, your boy, Logan Thomas. Great matchup versus New England. Linebackers are terrible there. Gotta hope Sam Howell stays on top or can stay ahead of Bill Belichick and whatever he's scheming up. Number 9, Jake Ferguson. He did make the list. I know you're complaining over there. He's in the list, but he's just
good.
not as good as Trey McBride.
No, I wouldn't say he's as good.
So
No, I just trust the offense, but I trust Dak more than
I don't trust Dak, especially against
No,
Philly.
I didn't say I trust
You just
Dak.
said that. So
Okay.
the tape.
I said I trust him more. Does that mean I trust him? No.
Well,
No, but somebody just doesn't listen.
I would rather have Trey McBride all day, every day. Kyle Pitts versus Minnesota. I'm going to take the talent at the 10th spot.
Yeah, it's just
He wouldn't be in at the buy sprint there.
yeah.
You'd have Laporta, you'd have Kittle. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Defensively, really quick, roll through. Browns versus Arizona. That should be absolutely need no explanation. Saints versus Chicago. Another no explanation. Falcons versus Minnesota. No Kirk, obviously. And good defense. Ravens versus Seattle. Ravens feel matchup proof at this point. Chargers versus the Jets. Chargers aren't great. Jets are worse. Patriots versus Washington. Because of that whole thing you talked about, Belichick always has something schemed up for those young quarterbacks. Eagles versus Dallas. Eagles are somewhat matchup proof. And we do have like San Fran on a bye this week. Rounds them up. Raiders versus New York. Easiest matchup on the slate. New York. I mean, Danny Dimes is back, but who knows what he's like after not playing for 3 weeks. Packers versus the Rams. Backup quarterback. No Rasul Douglas, that hurts, but still. And Texans versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay actually, they don't put up a lot of points. And Baker's due for a pick or two. And the Texans defense isn't atrocious.
No, they're just like an average football team.
It's a
They're
good
just
matchup.
a normal football team.
Yeah, which is an improvement for them. Yeah, so good matchup there.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we're going to get into something not rest of season fantasy football. We're getting to DFS, and this is Joey's time to
My
take over and
specialty,
shine.
the thing
Ah,
I'm better at than everybody we know.
that's a debate.
No, we just settled it. I'm averaging 10 points more than you.
I have a 0.
Whose fault is that? That's almost as if
I just wanted it excluded
you
from the
got 0
rankings.
points, and that means I'm better than you.
I wanted it excluded from the rankings. Let's go, Joey.
I'm
Feed us your top 10 for this Saturday, Sunday. My
Alright, so
goodness.
we'll start off with quarterbacks.
Yeah, hit me.
And disclaimer, this is only the 1 and 4 o'clock games.
Yeah, this is the classic only. So if you're not playing the classic and you're looking for a showdown, unfortunately, we will not have that for you on this podcast.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because once I say this list, you're gonna freak out, but you have to remember that I've much less quarterback talent to work with.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. So number 1, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. What I really wish I could pull up their values here. How much is he? Do you have that written
I don't
down?
have the value. He's top 3. I think he's second behind Lamar.
Yeah. So Hertz at $8,000.
Yeah.
I'll
Um,
roll through and spit that off for you.
and these aren't my most valued guys. I'm thinking right now in terms of
Yeah. We'll feed you some
over.
value guys at the end.
Yeah, for sure. I have those too.
Yeah.
All right, Hurts number 1.
Yep.
I have Dak Prescott
Oh, geez.
number
Okay,
2.
Dak at 6,500. Probably a decent value at that price.
Yeah. I got Derek Carr, given his production the past 3 weeks.
Super good value. $5,700 for Carr against that terrible defense. I'm going to see a lot. I think you see a lot of stacks and GPPs
Yeah.
in the tournament play with Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Could be super chalky. Be careful playing Derek Carr in the GPPs because you want to play off chalk. But just a heads up.
Yep. Next I got Sam Howell,
Yeah.
just given the way he's looked. Next I have Lamar Jackson.
Hal at 5,800, by the way. Lamar at 8,200. That's the most expensive
So
on the slate, right?
it's the most expensive. With this list, the the cost is taken into consideration, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Otherwise,
more of a
obviously.
supplement to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted the viewers to see
Yep.
or to hear.
Number 6, Baker Mayfield. Uh, there's really not a ton of options after 5.
Baker at 5,200 against Houston. I don't hate it.
No.
I mean, you can stack him with Mike Evans and have a good time.
Well, that's the issue right now that whenever I was making the list for wide receivers is Godwin and Evans. You just don't know which one's going to be the guy for that day.
Godwin with only one touchdown of the year. I'd rather take Mike Evans in the stack.
I like his ceiling better for
Yeah,
sure.
so that's
I think Baker's just more comfortable throwing to.
Well, Godwin's a
Godwin.
short guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for sure.
Then I got Stroud
Love it. Stroud at
7.
6,200. Okay.
Yeah. And then Stafford if he plays.
He's not going to play.
All right, so we'll just skip that.
Ripien at $4,700. Be a crazy stack.
It's not the worst play given his weapons.
What if you ran like Ripien, pick one of the two between Cup and Akua
All right. I got.
and Higbee?
So I'm actually gonna. So since we're taking out Stafford, I'm still gonna keep Ripien at 10
4,700.
with the value.
I agree.
Number 8, I have Taylor Heineke.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Just he did well.
$5,000.
And then 10 is Minshew. I like his ceiling.
I guess against Carolina, $5,200 guy. Who are you stacking? Are you stacking Downs? Or are you stacking Pittman or both?
I'm going Downs.
I agree. But Pittman had a lot of targets last week, but Downs is the better player, it looks like.
Pittman had targets early and then
Yeah.
didn't have any late, but he got the touchdown.
I think
so
Downs
it
is
made
the
it
better player, though.
I think he is the better player.
Yeah. So
And I think Minshew likes him more.
and I agree. So
So if you think about it, one of the ways I think about it is guys that get a lot of targets early and then not a lot late, they're in the game scripts.
how about this?
But hey, would you let me finish my thought?
Go ahead, buddy. You are the co-host.
Game script early. You find out who they want to get involved in the offense. So you
Mhm.
see this with Jacksonville. You see them trying to get the ball to Calvin Ridley a bunch, and then in the second half you don't really see them do too much. You see the same thing with Michael Pittman Jr. You see him get involved really early on that first drive. I think he had 3 catches on the first drive, and then
At least.
he got the touchdown.
Yeah.
And then after that, he didn't do anything, and Downs actually passed him in targets and catches for the day.
Not on catches. He had 7.
Okay,
But Pittman had like 8 for 30. So
yeah. It wasn't a bunch of yards.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Downs.
I'd agree. So Pittman at $6,600 and Downs at 52.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I figured, Downs would be like 6,000 by
Yeah,
now.
so Downs for sure there.
Yeah.
That's not a bad little stack because you could go price up and go get like a one-off Tyreek or a one-off Jamar for the higher value there, and maybe even touch Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Alright, so moving on to running
Let's
backs.
get it.
One, tomorrow.
$8,100, most expensive on the
It
slate,
doesn't matter.
but
Like,
worth it.
yeah, it's worth it. You're gonna have to sacrifice that other position, but I usually try to sacrifice at the tight end position. You can usually get pretty good valued guys.
Yeah,
You
that.
just won't be able to get like a Kelsey, which he's not on the Sunday slate. So
Yeah, yeah.
it if whenever Kelsey's not on the Sunday slate,
He's gonna be chalky though.
you love cutting me off.
No,
We Side note, we both need to work on that. I've noticed that in the last
I
episode.
think that's part of it.
It's like it makes it like chunky. We gotta let each other finish our thoughts.
Well, so I'm gonna cut this.
Yeah,
116,
just because I forgot to mention it
hour
before
16.
we start. All right, we got it.
30 minutes and an hour 16. All right, go ahead.
All right. Second pick, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
Just given his role in that offense, he is the offense. So
yeah. I mean, volume machine. Less chalky than Kamara looks like, looking like 10% ownership, which is pretty solid.
yeah,
So
I'm actually for this next one. I'm actually going to switch him. Um, Number three, I'm going to switch him up one spot. Bijan Robinson.
I love it. It's a great DFS play.
He's just too good.
So Bijan at $6,100, I think he's really chalky at that price.
Yeah, I think for the value, he's up there.
He's
That's
going to be used a
yeah.
lot.
Number four, DeAndre Swift. Obviously not a good matchup, but I think of him more as a receiver at this point.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
So
matchup doesn't
they're
matter.
going to give him the ball.
Yes.
Number five, I got Josh Jacobs. Just
Mm-hmm.
given that quarterback play, they're gonna give him the volume, and you just gotta hope he punches one in.
$6,900.
They're down there. I don't think they're gonna rely on O'Connell to make a tight red zone pass. I think they're gonna just give it to their guy that they paid
Right?
and see if he can let him do his thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Number six, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. Why him over Moss?
Because of the payday, I think they're gonna make sure that, especially
He's
as
going to get his.
especially as he's getting back, that he's gonna get his
Yeah.
and he's gonna get that volume. And he's just so good. I think the fact that he's splitting carries with Moss does help him too, and the fact that he's
He's a little
fresher.
fresher.
Yeah, like I can't imagine playing an entire game as a running back
Yeah.
and
60 snaps
trying to
worth.
give production in that early fourth quarter.
There's really only it's really the big guys, the only ones that do it, like the
Yeah,
Derrick
Derek.
Henrys. Yeah, because they're not the most explosive to begin with,
You
but
know
they
who
wear
else?
you down.
You know who else did it last week?
There's that.
Rashad White, who is probably 5'8", 140 pounds.
Is he that small?
No, he's not. But that was an exaggeration.
So JT $6,400, pretty good value there for what he's got. Zach Moss at $5,800. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking that all day. I'm
Yep.
taking JT on that price point.
Next, Kenneth Walker. He's one of those guys that
One of the more expensive.
how how we just mentioned, bowling ball type,
Yeah,
can wear those hits a little bit better.
a good guy for the tournaments. Projected ownership 3.8%. So you GPP guys, if you're trying to get a one-off here, maybe stew with little like running back defensive stack. Playing Kenneth with the Seattle defense versus Baltimore could be a pretty nice little option there for
Mm,
something different.
yep. Number 8, my boy, Rashad White. What's his matchup up? I can't
Yeah,
I don't have
at
it on my
Houston.
list. Yeah.
So good matchup.
Yeah, I'm just going based on how he looked last week. He just looked good. That was the best I've seen him look all year.
You are on the look basis for sure.
Yeah, well, so that was my idea for starting this podcast. It was my idea to start this podcast.
He threw it out.
I suggested it,
Yeah.
and he quickly said, "You're a genius. That's a great idea."
I don't know if I ever quoted the genius part.
Well, we can go to the tape. Um,
We don't have tape there.
But yeah, so my thought was that Josh only looks at numbers, and I'm a feel guy.
You're on the Himothy method.
I am on the Himothy method.
Yeah.
Ride the hot hand. Um, get one to two good reasons to play somebody. Any more, and you shouldn't play them. It's my experience with DraftKings. Every time there's so many reasons that a guy should go off that game, it doesn't work out. You need one to two good reasons, solid reasons. That's it.
Give me the value touches in fantasy. I like looking at the air yards. I like looking at the red zone targets. Like, show me where the value's at.
I'm not against analytics,
Yeah.
but like when it comes to snaps, targets, the basics. I don't want to know air yards or anything like that.
That's got value.
To you, it has value.
D-Hop 140, twice as much as the next guy on the team.
Yeah. Well, how many points did he have last night?
I actually don't know off the top
8.
of my head. Is that what it
I think it
was?
was 4 for 40.
A lot of
Man,
opportunity
it's a
for him.
really great thing that he had 100
That's all that
100,000 air yards.
that provides like opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
No. I'm not.
they're
Yeah.
great. Like finding guys with those air yards. Yeah, 10.5. So,
Yeah. Good thing he had 140 air yards.
but that's a buy low type of opportunity for a guy. If you know that he's getting those looks downfield like that, and he bombed the game,
Yeah.
it's like, well, if
I'd
he's
say
getting those
for
looks,
me,
one of
there's
them's going
better
to
things
break.
to look at.
Like,
Like I said, having too many good reasons, it doesn't work out.
oh yeah, he's a
In,
talented
in
guy.
my expert opinion.
All right, let's get on with the list here.
Um, Number 9, Tony Pollard.
Yeah,
It's still Tony P at the end of the day.
has had a tough couple weeks.
Tough, tough year.
Besides, like the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, $6,800, fifth most expensive guy.
Yeah.
So that kind of hurts him a little bit, but he's just super talented.
Yeah. Number 10, Henderson.
I like it.
I think the volume's just going to be there. Got a goal line touchdown last week.
So did the other guy, Royce Freeman.
Yep.
He scored two.
He's looked good too. They just
Y-
don't play him as much.
Yeah, they don't.
I think he looks better than Henderson.
Yeah, so Freeman, I think definitely gets in there a little bit. Low ownership guy, good tournament play possibly. Yeah, Royce Freeman at 4,600, Henderson at 51. You can kind of
Yeah.
pick your poison there.
Yep. All right. Wide receivers. We can just kind of run through these because
For the guys.
it's the guys. We got Brown.
Yeah, most expensive.
Yep. CD Lamb.
Third most.
This one
Hit me.
is different. Chris Olave.
I don't like it.
I know.
I don't like it at all. They
I,
are not on the same page.
I still
Give me Rashid Shaheed for so Olave at 6,300. Let me give you Shaheed's. I'd rather have. Oh, I can't even spell Shaheed. Okay, Shaheed at 4,500.
Yeah, he had 3 catches last week. That's the problem.
Yeah, but
Huge boomer bust. Olave's definitely got a higher floor.
yeah. I'm not
So,
gonna disagree with that one. But I'm just not paying up six. I'm not paying that level for him.
alright. I think with how much Derek Carr's throwing right now, that shoulder's clearly feeling better.
Not on the same page though.
That's fair. Number 4, Adam Thielen.
I love it.
You just can't until he shows me anything
I think we're
different.
gonna hate on me on that pick.
No, he hasn't. I don't think he's had a single digit game this entire year.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Um,
I could definitely see
Number
that one.
5, Cooper Cup.
Yeah, he's just a machine.
Yeah, he's gonna get his targets. He's got a bunch of design plays for him.
Thielen averaging 20.2 on the year.
Yeah, he's nasty. Um, Number 6, Nico Collins.
Really? Why is
Yeah.
that?
I
Give me a little something.
I got a good feeling, man. I think
$5,800.
he's one of those guys, and with this list, like we were talking about with the Sunday slate, it's tougher. So we're kind of off the guys. There's only 5 guys. I don't know. I just like I think he's just due for a good game. I think Tank Dell coming back take a little pressure off him too, and I think Robert Woods is going to be out, and
He should be out again.
he hasn't done much in recent weeks anyway. But I
He's
think
been out for like 3 straight weeks.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just think having Tank Dell is going to end up helping both of them. I think it's going to help everybody.
I like it.
Number 7, Mari Cooper. I think PJ Walker and him just have a great connection.
Yeah, let me get Cooper's price for you guys really quick.
I'm gonna guess 6,600.
A little less, 61. That's a good value.
That's a good value.
It is a good value.
Um, Now with this, it's kind of it was a split decision,
Okay.
and we kind of touched on it earlier. I got Evans at 8 and Godwin at 9.
Both.
And yeah, but to me it's an
I'd be
either
interested to see your 10 spot.
to me it's an either or.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah,
okay.
it's either or. I didn't. It's just you just don't know.
It's a good stack
It's a
having
game
the
script thing.
3.
If they start out early, they get an early lead. If it's 10-0, they're gonna start airing it out for Mike Evans.
Yeah.
But if they're bad and that O line can't get anything going, that's when Chris Godwin comes into play, and
Right.
you get those 3rd and 7s. It's
And he's
always
just
going to
a
Godwin.
machine.
It's
Yeah.
always going to
No, he's
Godwin.
great. Automatic hands.
Yeah, for sure. Number 10, I wanted to put him higher, just couldn't do it. Josh Downs.
Really?
Yep.
5,500, 5,500,
I don't
5,200.
know.
I think I
He's
had that.
gonna be climbing for sure.
5,200.
Alright. Yeah, great value still for a guy
Yeah.
that's gonna be worth 6,500 by the end of the year. 6,300.
Yeah, I mean, you could almost. He's definitely going to reach the Pittman level of price at
Yeah, for sure.
66.
Yeah.
I would assume. So interesting guy. That's all 10, right?
Yep.
Interesting guy you didn't touch at 8,100. One of the most expensive on the list. You didn't like Devontae. I'm assuming it was
No,
a price thing.
it's a price thing. I think he was what, 4th most expensive?
Or yes,
Dude, am I just on top of
that
it?
was a pretty good
I
guess.
think I'm a savant.
I don't know what that means.
All right.
Not bad at English.
Anyway, yeah, I just don't think the value's there. I think there's better options that if you're gonna pay that much. If he was at 6,300, yeah.
You never seen Devontae
No,
there.
I mean by the end of the year you might.
No, no, no.
All right, you want to go on tight ends?
Yeah, let's move.
All right. You're so pissed. Tight end number 1,
That was
Goddard.
Goddard. I knew it, bro. I saw his name right here. I saw it coming from a mile away there, bro.
Got it.
That's what? Well, okay. In DFS, $4,800.
Yeah, remember we're going off values.
It's good value. Third most expensive though on the list.
Yeah, but there's no expensive guys on that slate for the most part, besides Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Andrews at 68, Hawkinson at 52. Those are your two most expensive.
Yeah, and then there's obviously, I mean,
Goddard's third, but that's feels cheap.
yeah. Number 2, you know who I'm gonna say. Take a guess.
Taysom Hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill. I think just his goal line production.
He runs the football at tight end.
Hey, don't question it.
No, take it.
Number 3, Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
Um,
had to be in there somewhere.
yep, he was up there. You honestly, you might be able to guess my whole list. All right, let's go 4.
This is 4.
Yeah, we argued about it earlier.
Ferguson.
Yep.
Ferguson. This is crazy. I actually.
We don't, I've never told him my list. We haven't even hinted at it at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Number 5.
Logan Thomas.
Yep. All right.
This is where it gets iffy. I think
Yeah. I don't think you're. I think you get in this next one, and then I don't think you're getting
it's
anything.
Hawkinson then.
No.
Oh,
No.
is Hawkinson on the list?
He wasn't, but I'm gonna.
He has to be on the list, bro.
He's not. He's not on the list.
Okay, second most expensive tight end on the slate, T.J. Hawkinson. I still like him, obviously by my.
Yeah. No. It's just remember, it's value.
I agree.
He's too expensive to take that
At the
big of a
tight end
risk.
spot. Yeah, that's
no. I'm not saying like if there was no values, he'd be. I'd put
Okay.
him at
So
4.
where are we
I'd
at
put him at
here?
4.
Where are we at here for my next
6.
guess?
6.
6, and I just guessed Ferguson, right?
Ferguson. No. Ferguson was 4. Logan
Oh,
Thomas 5.
That's right. That's right.
And that was iffy.
I'm
Feel
on
free
a
to
couple
flip
here.
Ferguson and Thomas.
Yeah, no, I'm on a couple here. Guess here. I want to go one of two guys. It's either Komet or McBride. It's Komet.
It's okay.
All right, so we're on the 7.
Number 7.
Komet at $3,900, good value. 7 McBride.
He had 10 targets last week too.
7 McBride.
Nope.
What? Higby. This is where I'm lost.
We've never talked about him on the show
Ever?
ever.
This is interesting.
We've made fun of his team a bunch.
Dalton Schultz.
Nope. Njoku.
I saw it here. I didn't think you were going to touch it. $3,800, David Njoku, right in the middle of the pack for tight ends. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I agree. He's starting to get more looks in that offense. Okay, so what are we at? 8?
We're at 8.
I don't know, dude. If you don't have McBride here anywhere, I'm going to be upset. Is McBride on the list?
No.
What? He's not on the list. Is McBride $3,700?
No, just it's we've talked about it's
Kyle Pitts.
It's the quarterback situation. It's just
You're not playing Kyle Pitts in your top 10.
no,
Yeah,
I'm not an idiot. We
Kyle-
we don't deserve a show if he's top 10 for us right now.
Higby for 3,200?
Nope.
Is he on the list?
Yes,
He's at 10.
he is at 10.
Your boy Michael Mayer at 28?
Nope, he's not on the list. Dalton Schultz.
Oh, so
Three
I did. Okay.
touchdown in 3 straight games.
Has he?
Yep.
Schultz $4,200, middle of the pack as well.
I'm just strictly going off touchdown values.
Number
Obviously, he's
number 5 most expensive.
yeah. Like I said, yeah, it's number 8 for me. Um, Number 9, I like this guy a lot.
What do you got?
Otten. Baker likes him in those high pressure situations. He got good hands.
The
I like the fact he wasn't wearing gloves last week. Love that.
You love the grit and grind.
I love the grit and grind.
That's why Ridley had a good game, right?
Baker
That's what you said.
Baker is a grit and grind guy.
Yeah, he is. So he respects the grit and grind
Yeah,
back,
you gotta respect.
feeds him.
You have to respect it.
Hitting on one of the super cheap guys on it, $3,000 on the
Mhm.
slate. So if you want to punt at tight end,
Yeah,
worth a look.
yeah. If you want to go one of those top wide receivers, if you want to go to AJ Brown,
Yeah,
anything like that.
worth it.
Um, Defenses, Cleveland.
I
Uh,
still can't believe you didn't have Trey McBride. Sorry. Yeah, no doubt.
yeah, Cleveland number 1.
Might be worth paying up for them. And I'm not a huge pay up on defense
No,
type of guy.
so my system on the Sunday slate, I go defense is the first thing I pick. I scroll all the way down,
And just pick.
and no, and I find
Close your eyes.
I which you're gonna get me to cuss on this show again. Um,
It's too easy.
so, I scroll all the way down to the bottom and work my way up and find the first good matchup that I think
Good pick.
that's good
Yeah.
because defenses are so tough to predict, and
Yeah,
and
it's all
and it's the
random.
difference between 4 and 12 points. So it's really not the end of the world. So,
Yep.
um, yeah. So basically, I do that, and then I go to tight end. If Travis Kelsey's not there, then I usually go money saver.
Hmm.
Uh, Quarterback, find somebody I like, and then fill in the rest.
Yeah,
See how much money I got to
I
play
like
with,
it.
because it gives you a better average of what you get to work with.
Right.
Anyway, Cleveland number 1, easy.
Yeah, has to.
Saints number 2.
Yeah, gets the Bears.
Yep.
Second
Also,
most expensive.
I don't have their matchups on here, so help me out on that.
Yeah, yeah. So Browns versus Cardinals makes sense. Most expensive though, 4,200. Saints second most expensive versus the Bears, 4,100.
Yep. 3.
Yeah,
You're not gonna like this one.
hit me.
Minnesota.
I do.
Been playing good defense recently.
It's a good defense, but
Playing
I
against
worry that the offense just falters so bad that it hurts them.
Yep.
Minnesota. Let me find them here. $3,300. One of the, middle
Yep.
of the pack.
They're bottom third.
Yeah, yeah, bottom third. Maybe. Yeah,
Number 4,
yeah.
Raiders.
Okay.
I think especially with Danny Dimes back in, Danny turnovers.
Yeah, he's due for a
He,
pick
he's no,
or a
he's
fumble.
due for 2 fumbles.
Yeah, or a fumble.
The
He's had
problem
3 weeks off, so maybe 3.
I was just about to say he might be due for many more than 3.
Raiders $3,600.
Number 5, I got the Falcons. They've been playing
Yeah,
good defense
it's a
recently.
good defense.
Good defense.
And I guess they're, you know who they're playing.
Minnesota.
Yeah, they are. Aaron Hall, shout him out.
I one of my favorite things is to play a defense against a new starting quarterback.
Absolutely.
So
But they're going to be chalky as a result. So not a great tournament pick, but just a good defense to play if you get to that point.
number 6, Dallas.
Yeah,
They just have so many pick sixes. It's so ridiculous at this point.
yeah. Who's the guy in the secondary that's got like 2 or 3 pick sixes on the season already? Something Bland, Duron Bland, something like
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah, so some guys got like 3.
Yeah.
So always
Like
good.
I don't even think their defense is that good, but they score touchdowns.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Number 7, one of the top defenses in the league, Baltimore Ravens.
Matchup proof. So Ravens at $3,800. Good Seattle offense, but
Yeah, I think they're
doesn't
just so
matter.
good.
Yeah,
Number 8, another slept on defense. Tampa Bay.
good defense.
Great defense.
Third most expensive on the slate.
Yeah.
Playing Houston.
Yeah, kind of some tough defense choices this week.
Yeah.
There's not really, to me, not a bunch of low cost, high quality matchups.
So one we kind of touched on earlier when you were talking about Kenneth Walker as a play. So Kenneth Walker, low owned. This is a great tournament combo because the running back defensive combo kind of has some
Yep.
correlation. Seattle, the number 2, like the second cheapest defense, and Kenneth Walker, one of the more expensive but one of the lower ownership projected guys. Seattle at $2,400 playing Baltimore. You never know what you're getting out of Lamar. And we talked on that, so it could be a decent play.
Yep. Number 9, good defense, bad offense.
Uh oh.
Carolina.
Yeah. let's see, $3,500. One of the more expensive, but kind of middle of the pack. All those guys are in like $100 difference there.
Yeah, and I mean, like
It just
I had to
depends.
have 10.
Yeah,
So,
just depends how much you got left over for the
yeah.
most part.
Number 10, I've never picked them for a defense ever,
Oh no.
but once again, we have to have 10 teams on here.
Hmm.
Houston Texans.
They're not that bad. I like
No, they're
it.
not that bad, but they're just
$3,000.
a normal football team.
I don't mind it at all. I think it's a good pick actually because they're going to get a turnover and a couple sacks. You said that O line can't hold anything.
Yeah,
Tristan Wirf's the only guy that's worth anything on that O line. He's great,
yeah.
but the rest subpar.
Yeah, I they're playing Tampa, correct?
Yeah,
I worry about a big game from Mike Evans. Like, you just never know when he's gonna pop off for 168
absolutely,
yards and 2
100%.
touchdowns. So, that could be a problem.
He's a scary guy.
Yeah, and when you're watching Tampa Bay play, the amount of times Baker overthrows Mike Evans is pretty. Luckily, it's better than an underthrow,
No, yeah,
but
but
when they're synced up, like, he's constantly bombing it out to him.
you literally got to talk about him as one of like the most underrated superstars in NFL for the past 5
He just
years.
never has a quarterback.
Yeah,
You must just love Tampa.
it's a good place.
That's great. I
It's
live there a
always fun.
lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's just a machine.
He's so big, he's so fast, he can jump so high, he's got
Every
great hands.
every year he's great.
Yeah,
Mike Evans, absolute machine. So that kind of rounds up DFS. We want to throw a couple.
we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, this is it. I wanted to throw two betting things your way. Something we're just going to touch on Saturday on the Saturday podcast. We have two things for you. Every Saturday, we're going to come at you with a touchdown parlay brought to you by Joey Shapiro, my cousin. He feeds me one every weekend. For this week, his lock of the week parlay is Kenneth Walker, a guy we talked a lot, and another guy that we love this week, Adam Thielen. There is your touchdown parlay of the week. The next one brought to you by Andrew Adler. I am the best man of his wedding, actually. He's the best man of mine. Yeah. And one that he brought up to us right before the podcast. He shot us a call. Saquon Barkley, over under 18 and a half rushing attempts. We hammer the over at even money, plus 100. Danny Dimes back. I don't see how he doesn't feed him. I hammered it. He hammered it. Joey hammered it.
I hammered it while he was on the phone talking to him.
Yeah, he liked it that much.
I also parlayed it with kind of the thought of like correlation on carries. I bet him. I think it was over 76 with an anytime.
Yeah.
I think I got it for.
Oh, so you took.
There's a boost with it. I think I got plus 400.
So you took over rushing attempts, over 18
Over
and a
18
half
and a half, over 76 and a half,
on rushing
and an
yards.
anytime.
Look at you. Saquon having a day. Did you even have?
There's just nowhere else you can give the ball to.
Are they in a primetime game?
No, because it was on my Barkley was on my DFS.
Oh, he was. I don't remember. Yeah, he was up there. You're right. So, Joey, why don't you wrap this up for us real quick? That's what we got on the betting side of things. Just a quick little thing we're going to give you a snippet of every single Saturday. I hope you enjoy your time this Saturday. Joey, why don't you finish us up here?
Yeah, we're finished.
That's it?
Yeah,
You didn't want to wrap it up?
I did. So, hey, we're finished.
You're kidding me.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be back on Tuesday. Is the release of our weekend recap as well as our waiver wire suggestions. Really the meat of this whole production. Yeah, thanks for joining. All you viewers out there, like and subscribe, comment, let us know what you want us to talk about, and we will see you next week.
See you every Tuesday, Saturday. Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We have it all.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Come check us out on TikTok. That's where a lot of our clips are right now, especially the shorter stuff. Yeah, we're everywhere. We're getting our Instagram up, getting that going.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Week 9 NFL Saturday podcast for Crossover Athlete Insights. Appreciate you guys being here. Until Tuesday, we'll see you then.